Sorry. I'm just chit chatting, but we are actually live. This is Qualitha, Qualan, and Amoya. We are Build a Sister Up, and guess what? It is Thursday. We have made it almost to the weekend. One more day, and then everybody can just put your party shoes on and party like it's no tomorrow.
No, like it's 1999.
That too. Like
Well,
it's
if you party
1999.
like it's no tomorrow, the party just keep going on and on.
That's it, especially on the weekend, because it's like weekends come and you don't have to wake up, do all that rushing around, hurry up, let me, get to work. You don't have to do that. You just relax. But like I said, we're building sister up, and I'm Qualitha, Spalina and Moya, and it is our Thursday 10-minute talk, and we're gonna turn it over to the sister.
The 10-minute talk of tonight is, if you ever had COVID, do you have long COVID symptoms? And I can go. I had COVID, and I did have a long COVID symptom. I had a long cough. It's definitely going away now. I haven't been coughing as much as I.
But when did you have COVID?
I had COVID, I think it was in June. It was in June. I had COVID, and the cough lasted for, I guess, like the beginning of September. The symptoms started to ease up. Because I used to not be able to finish a sentence without a cough. And now my lungs are a lot stronger. I can tell my lungs are a lot stronger. The cough is subsiding, because before I would get shortness of breath as well. During just, regular talk. So now it's not like that as much anymore, or hardly ever. And I'm able to talk, and I don't feel as short of breath anymore as I did.
What did you get?
COVID.
No. What treatment did you get?
Well, it really wasn't a treatment. I just followed steps, to strengthen my immune system. Took a lot of vitamin C, elderberry, zinc, just a lot of different things just to strengthen my immune system, and melanin, I think, was one of them also. So yeah, I just took a lot of different things just to strengthen my immune system, and started to try to do long exercises and breathe in deep. Try to count to 10, breathe in deep without letting it out. And yeah, it pretty much strengthened my immune system that way.
Yeah, I had COVID maybe around the same time as she did. I didn't have long COVID symptoms. But I do with COVID, when I did have COVID, I was like tired. I was fatigued. I had a lot of congestion, of course. I had cough. I know the person who I probably got it from, when I saw him, man, he just looked so drained when we were picking him up. He looked so drained, and we were like, man, you look drained. So 2 days later, he had a positive COVID test. So when you get COVID, I mean, you see it. And some people do deal with long COVID symptoms, but fortunately, blessing to God. I mean, praise to God, I didn't have long COVID symptoms. But I've always had like a cough. And
Allergies.
I've always had like allergies. And I don't know if COVID like exasperated it or anything like that. It could have. But I also do, I still run. I can run like I used to. I can walk like I used to. I do deep breathing exercises. I even started doing hot yoga, and I definitely take vitamin supplements. I got the booster. I just got the first booster. Yeah, and it wasn't even the one that has the new Omicron update. And I was like, I should have just waited a couple more weeks. I could have got it. But after my first booster, I was told that I can get the next one in 5 months. Was anyone else told that?
No.
You weren't told,
but
wait
we
5 months?
To 2 different
pharmacies.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I didn't like, every time I do go to my doctor's like, yeah, can I give you the flu vaccine, or can I give you the COVID booster? I'm like,
yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know why I don't get it at my doctor's as opposed to just going to like a pharmacy.
You walk in.
Yeah, it's more convenient. But I really don't know. I'm not an MD. So I really don't know when you can get the next vaccine booster. But I mean, a good question is too, like with the booster, with the vaccine, what's like the infection and COVID symptom or long COVID symptom rate, you know? I don't know. What's the statistical, I cannot speak today. Statistical analysis on that. It'd be great to see. It'd be great to see some numbers. It'd be great to deal with research on long COVID symptoms. Of course, the researching is going to happen right away because it's happening now. You know, people have just we just kind of started handling COVID. So the actual research on it has to come in time as well. So I've heard of people though having long COVID symptoms. I've heard of young people having long COVID symptoms, not having their life like it, you know, it was prior to COVID, just being depressed, not being able to physically do the same things they were able to do before. Like their life has totally changed. It's like 25-year-olds, 35-year-olds, 45, 55, 65. And it's horrible, you know? So I definitely think more research has to go into long COVID symptoms, COVID, vaccines, all of that.
I guess I didn't get the memo to wear blue today, but
Yeah, you did.
I agree. COVID is a monster. I had 2 people in my house that had it. And I didn't get sick. It's a blessing. I didn't catch it, but I don't want to be saying because I don't want nothing like that. I don't. And just taking care of those 2 folks in my house, you know, they really got sick. They did. So I know a lot of people are out here like COVID is gone, you know, it flew away in the wind. No, it's still out here. It's still fighting people and it's still killing people according to the news. And I believe it. Because, you know, there's a lot of sicknesses out here. You got to be careful. Wear your mask. I mean, do you all still wear your mask?
I still wear my mask.
especially in a lot of crowded places, still wear the mask. Because you never know, people could be walking COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is contagious. It's very contagious. So,
And you don't know unless you see a positive COVID test that you have it. I mean, you can feel like
yeah.
you can have all these general symptoms and they can be anything, you know?
I was actually in the store yesterday. Oh, I know what store, grocery store. And the lady was just hacking away. And I moved
Right.
over and it seemed like she moved closer and I moved over. I'm like, really? You know, maybe she wasn't scooting over like I was scooting over, but mentally it looked like it.
Maybe you all were in line, and when you moved up, she would move up because you are.
No, I was looking at the cereal.
Okay.
So I
When
was
she move, you move just like that.
trying to pick too.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? You
Yeah.
doing this on purpose? So, you know, I had my mask on. She, of course, didn't. So my thing is, you know, a lot of people, to me, if you do have a cough, you know, you should wear it. Now, before COVID,
You should wear a mask. You're
I
saying.
mean, what I say, wear something. But yeah, you should wear a mask. But before COVID, when you would go to the doctor's office, if you had a cough, they would tell you to put a mask on. They would hand you a mask, especially around flu season, you know? So masks have always been out here. It's just, you know, some people say, I ain't about to be putting that on. But shoot, you gotta, you know, I'm not saying wear it for like 10 hours, but you know, like when you in crowded spaces still, you want to still protect yourself.
And your loved ones who have chronic illnesses or whose
right.
immune system are not that strong.
Or compromised, yeah. Definitely, I definitely agree with those. But yeah, I stay masked up because you just can't trust people with your health. You have to,
Well,
you know, do what's best for you in regard to your health. It doesn't matter how stupid I look or how everyone else is not doing what I'm doing. I have to look out for me, you know.
you have to.
Yeah.
Because even if you survive illnesses, yeah, you still have to live with the after effect if those are after effect symptoms, you know, and not realizing that you aren't the same person you once were and you're still young is a hard realization to come to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checking out the comments, Ivan said, hey family, hey.
Hey.
And he came down with it in March 20th, 2020. He's doing good now, thank God. And I am happy that you're doing good.
Me too.
I am
Amen.
happy.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Amen.
And for anyone who is dealing with it, our heart goes out to you, praying for you, praying for your strength. Anyone who has dealt with it and has lasting symptoms, praying for you and praying for your strength. Chris
Especially
said,
those we have lost too. We've lost a lot of people,
Yeah.
within the
Yeah.
world with it.
Chris said, how do you feel about people having to go back to work in office spaces? I don't like it. I didn't like it at all. Period.
Don't like it. I think it's too soon, actually.
You all
I
think it's
think
too soon?
Yeah. I actually think it's too soon because to me, it's like a lot of the companies saw that they, I'm pretty sure saved a lot of money with people staying home. I think we should just leave them at home then. Because to me, people get more done at home. That's what I've heard. Statistically, people are saying they are able to get more done and they're not as tired because going to work, there's the drive, there's the parking, there's the going up the steps, there's the going to the cafeteria. And I know they're saying a lot of companies around those businesses that you work at, they're losing money because you're not coming to lunch. So I guess that's why they want everybody back. I don't know. But it's healthier if you stay home because you can cook at home,
Yeah.
You can
Ron-
still go out every now and then, but
Rhonda said, now there are 3 rounds of COVID vaccines. I have taken 2 rounds. I will take a 3rd round soon. I took the pneumonia shot yesterday. So yeah, when you are, have a compromising illness or, just because you want to, be vaccinated, you should go ahead and take those shots. Now the pneumonia shot, I probably won't take that.
To be honest, I wasn't a fan of vaccines. I know I got all the vaccines when I was a kid, but when the vaccine for COVID first came out, I was like, I'm not getting that. Then I had to get it for my job. But prior to that, though, a young family member actually got COVID and had to be hospitalized. I'm like, I'm getting this vaccine. Okay. So I did go ahead and get it. I did.
That's all I was gonna say. What made you all take the vaccine at first? Because there's so many people that didn't take it.
That was it. That was it, honestly. And even with the booster shot, I wasn't going to take the booster shot. But after I actually gotten COVID, I was like, let me go ahead and stop playing because I don't want to go through that again. And
wow, member in the audience. I'm sorry.
Even though they say that it's not like you can't get it at all, even if you get the booster shots or anything, but it does lessen the symptoms. Wanda says, yes, you all did and have all.
You all did.
You all did have all your childhood vaccines.
That's a verified person who would know.
She would know from birth. From all of us.
Thank you.
So what did that include? That was measles, mumps, rubella, chicken pox.
Yep, all of those.
I've had the tetanus. Tetanus is you get that every 2 years, 10 years,
5 years.
Oh,
you would think with all those boosters and vaccines or shots we took when we were little, we should just,
well, and we had our Flintstones.
And we had our Flintstones.
And ginger ale.
And I just had the HPV vaccine.
Yes, I had that when I was, I think, 21.
Not 21.
21 or 22, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like right after I had Jaden.
Okay.
Chris said,
out then?
What?
Yeah,
yes,
you guys, I'm not old. Chris said, because I don't want to tell my age. Chris said, I want to travel, so I needed to get vaccinated. And yeah, they do require it. Traveling.
Is it still a must now when you travel certain places, or it's not?
No, for Hawaii, I think it's going to be dropped, isn't it?
It is going to be dropped. By the time we travel there, we're going there in February. So by the time we travel there, it should be dropped.
But we are vaccinated people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't want to.
I carried my card on me.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to, but it was like I had to.
Yeah.
And I do sometimes wonder if I didn't get the vaccine, would I have gotten COVID? Isn't that crazy to say?
Do you want to go on a cruise now? Would you
Huh?
all go on a cruise now? Because I know some people that are going on cruises.
I wouldn't go on a cruise right
I
now.
would.
I don't feel like it.
Me, I'm not. I say no.
Well, you don't want to travel on a plane. Now, I've been on some planes.
Mhm.
I was on a plane starting in November 2020.
She was
So,
tough.
But yeah, I didn't get COVID until
June.
Got off in
2022,
This
2
year.
years later.
This
What?
year, just a couple months ago. A few months ago.
I said you didn't get COVID until you got off the plane, huh?
Years for years later.
Yeah.
Too.
All
So,
right,
yeah.
this one was a interesting topic. And like we said, if anyone is dealing with COVID or any type of symptoms, we are here
Lingering
for
from it.
you.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
And there does need to be research. I definitely agree. But the blessing, the hopeful part is that technology is growing every day. Medical technology, IT, all of that is growing every day.
Mhm.
So we can even live longer than we have lived in the past, you know? So I have confidence that long COVID sufferers will are heard and their symptoms will be researched and there might even be some kind of cure. I don't know.
I even said a lot of these viruses are going to start coming back. You
Yeah.
gotta be careful. You can't act like it ain't out there. Gotta be careful, you know?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
cannot act like there aren't out there. They are out there and they come in full force and effect. So and another thing too, we have to be careful of what we ingest and what we do give our
Especially
kids.
as Black people.
Yeah.
Because all of these seem to target us the most. So we definitely have
Yeah,
to be
hard.
you know,
Mhm.
careful and cautious and try to, you know, eat right, get enough sleep, try to remain stress
Exercise.
free. I know that's some of that is easier said than done, but yes, and definitely exercise.
Yeah.
Exercise.
We
Walk.
definitely we got to do our research on ways to heal ourselves.
Mhm.
But we also do have to tell the medical community about, we have to make sure our voices are heard. That's anybody with any kind of symptoms. Don't just sit and say, oh, they don't care. Because I know going to a hospital, sometimes your concerns are, you feel like they're not heard.
Yeah.
But you have to advocate for yourself in the health system because you don't want to just sit and you see pain continuously. You saw a doctor, see a different doctor if that doctor is not hearing you out, you know.
Right.
Just get a second, third, fourth opinion. Make sure your symptoms are heard because it not only will help you, to help other people that are going through things like you know. And what does your shirt say?
One thing, drink some water too. You gotta drink water. It says woman of faith.
Mine says blessed beyond measure. Where's yours?
Woman of
I am a woman of faith and I am blessed beyond measure.
I
No,
was
mine
walking
just
out the
says
gym.
95. That's the year I was born.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, give or take.
95. I was
Yeah.
walking out the gym and this guy said, hey, I love your shirt. I was like, thank you. So it says woman of faith.
Mm.
Wow. Greg said, hello, people. Hey, Greg. And anyone else got anything else?
Yeah, we told nephew, grandson, and son.
Which one?
Well, this is for all the kids out there. Fentanyl. I know when I was back in 2016, 2017, we were talking about fentanyl, like trying to get fentanyl off the street.
Right.
But fentanyl is still heavy, it's still around, people are still dying from it.
Yeah.
That's why we were just telling him, don't do drugs.
Yeah, that's good. Don't do drugs. I'm looking at
Don't,
it now.
please. It's deadly. They can be deadly.
Yeah.
Did you called your daughter and told her?
I did. I text
I
my
thought you-
daughter. I text her. I'll call her later. Well, I talked to her earlier, but I'm gonna call her and speak to her about this fentanyl because fentanyl is it's killing a lot of people. Really, all
Kids.
So kids, young kids are taking it. So just say no to drugs. Don't even do it. It's not even cool. It's not.
Yeah, I think some people,
Go to
I don't
the
know if this is
yes. Oh,
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
don't know if this is real life or something I saw like on TV, like a drug show.
Mhm.
But I think I did see this on a drug show. But And this was a show based on the 80s. I think you might know what I'm talking about.
Not if it was based on the 80s.
It's based on the 80s. It's a modern, it's a
if
now
it's
show.
based on it. I thought you were like
Yeah.
set in the 80s because I wouldn't.
Okay. Anyway,
That's
Mhm.
funny.
so I don't think it was the drug of choice wasn't fentanyl. The drug of reference wasn't fentanyl, but they were lacing crack, and they put something else in the crack, and it killed like dozens of people.
Wow.
So yeah, but in real life, people are lacing drugs like I don't know what are the drugs on the street now. Whatever those drugs are, they're lacing those with fentanyl.
Yeah.
And when you lace a drug like a schedule whatever drug, those illegal drugs, when you lace those, there's already the component that there's a drug, but when you lace them with
Mhm.
something else, it could be deadly.
Deadly.
Right.
So yeah.
I said, but you have to be careful. Some of these doctors is just pushing pills.
That's
And that is
exactly
definitely
right.
true. You can't just take, you got to do your research basically because you can't
Right.
just take anything that they say.
And
Wanda
you
says
know,
that's true.
prescriptions have side effects, so you gotta
Mhm.
watch, you know, what those drugs do. Some drugs cause liver damage, some
Yes.
cause kidney damage. So watch, if you don't really need a drug, like if you don't need a muscle relaxer,
Yeah.
don't take it. Like relax your muscles on your own, do massages, do hot yoga,
These drugs can
stretch.
cause depression, forms of mental illness. Greg said, I love what you all do and I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Greg. We
Thank
definitely
you.
appreciate that. Ida said they mixing fentanyl and everything, even we here in
That's
Indianapolis.
what we
Wow.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you gotta be
crazy.
careful. And I mean, you gotta ask why, who's the source of lacing drugs with fentanyl.
Yeah.
You know why?
That's sad. That is truly sad that this drug is just this powerful and it's just harming so many families. I mean, it was a 13-year-old that passed because he thought he was buying another drug. I won't say the other drug, but he was trying to buy the other drug on one of these websites. And he purchased it thinking that he was getting some other drug, but he actually got fentanyl. Now, you would think why at 13 you were taking drugs. That's why we have to pay attention to our kids. It is so important. Pay attention. The mother had no idea that her son was taking drugs. And she said that was his first time taking it and it killed him.
Jeez. Yeah, that's definitely sad.
At
Tramilla
13.
said, hello, beautiful ladies. Hey, Tramilla, we haven't heard from you in a while. Nice to
Hey.
It's
meet you.
nice to see you, girl.
Stop by. Keith said I second Greg's comments, and that was that, you know, he likes to see us. Greg said, do you all have any kids in college? I know
I
y'all went to
do.
college. Yeah, all three of us went to college, and we have a niece that's in college. My son will be going away
We
to
have
college.
two.
We have two nieces. Is she? We have two nieces in college, and my son will be going away to college soon.
Yeah, she's gonna cry.
I will. I definitely am going to cry. Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to cry too. I don't want to go.
He has what 2 years, I guess, 2.5
Oh,
years, and
Okay.
he'll be going as well.
Are you gonna have more kids?
You who?
You.
Oh,
Because I mean, when I had mine, like he's gonna be going off to college. I mean, I'm not gonna no. I'm gonna have it sooner or later. So he's not gonna be going off to college, but the baby is gonna be so young when my other
Aw.
baby is gonna be going to college. That's crazy. Now that's crazy.
Greg said, well, Shamila said, we missed you. I missed you too. She's been working hard.
Aw, make that money, girl.
Yeah, make that money. Now that's a good topic for later. Like if you have kids young and then you have somewhere a little bit older.
It'll be a big age gap.
Like how do you how do you handle that? Like you have an empty nest and then all of a sudden you slip up and you got a nest again. That's like you can have a kid right now.
That is true. You could. Greg said Latham Blunts in college, they passed them out for free. Oh my goodness, for free.
Goodness
For
gracious.
free. That's how
Wow.
they lure you in to
Mhm.
become a customer, cocaine, crack, fentanyl, you name it.
That's true.
Jeez.
That's exactly what the
Yeah.
show. That's exactly how they did in the show. But it's true to life.
Yeah, that is how they did in the show,
It's
actually.
true to
So,
life.
yeah, Greg, that is true.
They're like, try this drug.
And then you get hooked.
Yeah.
Is that it's that powerful that you get hooked just off of one try.
One hit.
So yeah, just don't
Yeah,
even
don't think
try
that
it.
one hit is gonna be it.
Yeah. I just
And then
stay
it's
away
so
from it.
expensive. All these drugs are so expensive. It's
But I
like,
don't think they're expensive to buy on
what,
the street. Yeah, I don't think they're expensive to buy on the street. That's how people get a hold of.
Well, see, the thing is, the reason why I'm saying it's expensive is because if you were using that $5, how much ever it costs,
They used to have
buy
dime
the
bags.
you don't have that $5 anymore. What if you was putting that 5 in your gas tank?
But what is
you're
a dime bag?
Huh?
Is a dime bag
I don't
10
even know if
cents?
they do dime bags anymore because of inflation.
But was it 10 cent? If a dime bag was actually 10 cent, I mean, what is a dime? Was a dime bag ever 10
Was it
cent?
$10 maybe?
I mean, but I say that to say
Or was it the size of a dime?
it might have been the size of a dime.
I
need to do
we
my
don't know.
research. Not to, but I just need to do my research.
He said, "Are you saying you're going to have a boy when you have a child, Paulina?"
I would like to have a boy first and then a girl. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see how it goes. I think when
Yeah.
I was pregnant, I actually got what I wanted. I wanted a boy, and I got my boy.
And you afraid to have girls. You're like,
I'm
a
not
lot of
afraid
people.
to have girls.
This guy told me he didn't want a girl. It's like,
Why?
That will make you think. But Chris said $10 and by weight.
oh,
Wow.
okay. So a bag of weed is $10. I'm guessing the price for fentanyl is more expensive than weed. I mean, weed is, legalized in some states. So you can go to cannabis dealers now.
Chris, you always come through. with
I know you
answers.
do.
We appreciate you.
But I imagine, I mean, do they sell fentanyl straight? But you can actually cut fentanyl and it's still so potent. Like you can cut fentanyl and it's still so potent. But
So
I'm serious, it is
deadly.
still
Right.
deadly. Like even if it's in the air, it's potent.
Yeah,
Jeez.
So fentanyl is deadly.
very.
But
Stay away.
but I think it is prescribed in some and actual settings like hospitals. But
He said,
that's
Greg said
okay.
it's not illegal.
Who?
That's great. Greg said
Well,
it's not
yeah,
illegal.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can actually get fentanyl prescribed at the hospital by a doctor. But
It's crazy. I just said what's really sad, you have a lot of
Mm.
Black pushers and users of this, and that's true of these illicit drugs, and that's true, our own kind. It's sad.
Yeah, I gotta look up what's on the schedule of drugs that are prohibited now because it changed. It has changed.
Tramilla
So-
said they are lacing it with weed. Lots
Yeah.
of deaths due to overdoses in the ER. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'm curious to know because in different states the overdose drug of choice is different. Like in Maryland, we used to see a billboard, the overdose drug of
it
choice was
Heroin, I
I
think.
think it was heroin. And in Ohio, it's like I think it's different. What is it in Ohio? Do you know?
All
Okay.
of them.
Greg said, "Do you know what's the worst is alcohol?" Now look,
Now you speaking
you
facts.
doing some talking tonight, Greg.
you
But
speaking
yeah,
facts.
alcohol, and that's a whole different topic. That is a whole different topic. Chris said fentanyl is a schedule drug.
Okay.
So yeah, Greg, you hit the nail on the coffin tonight.
But
That is true.
alcohol?
That's a dangerous, sneaky one.
So addictive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched how it makes people not be themselves, and that's kind of why I stay away from alcohol because of how it does to other people. I really don't like that. I like being in control of my thoughts and my body.
Right.
And alcohol is one of those things that just gets you to lose control sometimes. Greg said, "Talk to me nice, lady. You doing good." And Jamila
Yes.
said, "Very true." Yes, all of that is definitely very, very true.
All those drugs that you all said they break up families. I mean, they just tear up
Yeah.
families. There is, even though it might be $10, $5, or whatever it is, I mean, in the long run, it's going to be expensive because it can cost you your life. So,
Yeah.
and you're just left behind. Your families are left behind and mourn. Alcohol, like you said, alcohol is very addictive.
Yeah.
It can be very, very addictive.
Long ago
Especially-
was prohibited. It was a
Yeah.
prohibition.
Yeah.
It's
Jamila
sad.
said-
Long time ago.
Families suffer with addiction, and it's so true. It can be detrimental to families' income, because a lot of lots of times I've seen people who don't have the money, but then they still had the money to buy them drugs, which
Right.
is really sad that they would
Mhm,
use it
alcohol. Or
towards that.
they still crack
Or they-
addicts,
Yeah, they steal it, or
crack heroin. Those are,
kill, do
yeah.
whatever it takes to get that one hit, and it's very, very unfortunate. But thank you to everyone who's tuned in and watched. And as we said before, if you are dealing with any sicknesses, we are here for you. We pray for you.
And that includes addiction. So we were
addiction
talking
is
about long
awesome.
COVID symptoms,
Mhm.
and now we're also talking about drug, alcohol addictions.
All right. And I even said Indiana is meth and fentanyl and heroin. Taking all use
Wow.
young and old. Yeah.
Mm.
So Indiana, that's their drug. It's definitely unfortunate, all of these drugs out here. Goodness. But anyway, thank you for everyone who's tuned in, who's watching, who's commenting. We definitely appreciate you. We always like it when you come in and join and you comment and you help us out on some of the topics. We definitely appreciate
We
that.
got some knowledgeable commenters. Thank you all.
COVID brain fog.
Yes,
is
that's
real.
one of the ones I read about.
True.
I read about that.
That's
brain fog.
definitely true. Love you too, cuz. As always, remember to tune back with us again on Tuesday, and remember to build bold, build better, build brilliant, build a brother up, build a sister up. Love you, Greg. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.